What's going on, you guys? It's your boy Cozy coming at you with a video for today. And I got to tell you, I just want to go over kind of what the state of the game is like, kind of like doing a State of the Union address. Let's talk about a state of the format, state of the game, whatever the case is. So go ahead and just sit back, relax, listen to me rant for a couple of minutes, and I will be here right after this intro. All right, you guys. So, state of the game. I think in lieu of not having sim data for what the meta looks like, which I pretty much think the meta is pretty much how it was in the last update video that I did for it, which is, red, green Luffy, green Mihawk, black, yellow Teach. Those decks are still strong. So I want to kind of change it up a little bit today and go over what state of the game is for me. As a player from OPO5 on, I have played this game consistently in every single set since OPO5 when I first got introduced to Yellow and Nell. I've played every color in the game. I've played something competitive. I've played Rogue. I've played Garbage. So I've done pretty much a lot of it. And I just want to say, I think the state of the game as it is now is very unbalanced in a way, where everything is just power crept from where it was, which is naturally going to happen in a card game. I 100% believe that it's going to happen in a card game, but ultimately, the power creep is insane. I'll give you a good example. OP17, Rocks. Rocks as a leader has a very basic effect, right? You swing, pitch a card, flip a card if it's Rocks, cool, draw two. Very much like the green Uta. I believe it's a starter deck Uta, if I remember right, but I'll put it up so that way you guys can see the difference. And it's just crazy to me that we went from having to put a Dawn under a leader to do that effect and only draw one, to now we just do it for free and draw two. But that's not what makes Rocks broken as an example, right? It's all the characters around him that are supported that make this leader effect super broken, because now he becomes a full toolbox type deck. And ultimately, what it means for the game is you're going to have the high skilled players excel really, really well with the deck because it's very rewarding. But you also have an issue with balance on things that are quote unquote like brain dead, right? It's playing double Borsalino or playing yellow slop, green slop, whatever slop. And it just does well because the cards pretty much break the game. Now, I don't think that's the case with Rocks as an example, because one, all the cards have no count. So you kind of have to be cautious / meticulous when you're making your gameplay decisions. But playing things like blue yellow Nami, when it was blue yellow slop, it was playing all of the Thriller Bark stuff, playing a whole bunch of triggers, playing a whole bunch of heals. Then it got to get some of the Teach stuff. Now it's getting some more stuff from Lin. The idea of having slop is something that I wouldn't necessarily think is to be the case. And that's kind of where it's broken down to from my perspective as a player is, oh, I auto lose to yellow because yellow has way too many broken cards that they run, and it doesn't work. So I feel for the state of the game, there does need to be some type of change to where it can't be just throw a slop together and call it good, or playing the best yellow cards in any yellow deck and say we're good. I feel we need to bring some structure back to the One Piece card game, and the state of the game right now is kind of disheveled. It's kind of broken apart, and it's just now we just play super powerful cards and you win or lose by the time you hit 10 Dawn. You don't even get to 10 Dawn and you run out of resources, or your opponent just snowballs out of control and we're done in maybe a 15-minute game. That's including you thinking about what to do on your turns, because you're now in this emotional deep end where you just don't know what to do and you're in an unwinnable game state, or you try to win from a very hard game state and your opponent's just sitting there probably playing Minecraft in their head or whatever, maybe playing Flappy Bird, while they're waiting for you to come up with all of these calculations of okay, I got to do this. But next turn, they're just going to play double Borsalino heal and pass the turn back to you and just call it a day. So I want the game to kind of restructure itself. I want it to grow and be as successful as possible, but we got to add some guardrails in here, people. Like, what can we do to make One Piece a better game? First, I think we need a new ban list and doing some restructuring, bringing back some old things, putting some new things on it. Like, whatever the case is, I think we need a huge shakeup, and a ban list is the biggest thing. Like, a good example would be Borsalino. Let's type lock Borsalino with an errata to be only if your leader is Egghead, heal. And bring back the Vegapunk event, the I Rayquaza help, remove that pair ban, make Vegapunk a viable target again because it needs it. It runs very, very fragile right now, and it can't keep up with the meta because it's going to play the yellow stuff, but his leader effect requires you to play Egghead stuff either to life or to the field. Like, let him have his shining moment. Not everybody's going to jump on Vegapunk. Vegapunk still isn't going to be meta breaking, but it's going to put a dampener on yellow slop. Same thing with green. With the 10-drop Shanks that's coming out in OP17, they should have type blocked that to Red Hair Pirates and make Shanks a great deck. But now you're making Mihawk, you're making Red Green Luffy, you're making all of these particular decks viable. So I understand the wide variety, right? You want to make a lot of the leaders good. You want to do this and you want to do that. But you're now inviting the idea of letting slop take control of your game rather than letting it being a little bit more meticulous and a little bit more methodical. We don't want to go to the levels of like what Yu-Gi-Oh's at, where you're having to do whole flow charts of how to get to an end board. No, that's not what we want. We want a little bit more complexity in the game. I feel at least that's what I want as a player. Because like when I play One Piece a lot, I have to go to a different game that's harder just so I can like undo the brain rot that I've kind of gone through with One Piece, because I find it to be a very, very simplified game. So I'll go back to Magic. I'll go back to just watching Yu-Gi-Oh videos just so I can like look at complexities again and look at the stack and look at chain resolutions. Like, I love all of that. And it kind of rewires my brain to kind of go back to being a functional like card game player, because then I just kind of turn my brain off when I play One Piece sometimes. And yeah, it's to my detriment. I lose, but this is kind of what it is. And I want us to kind of add a little bit more complexity, a little bit more layers to the game. And I feel like from OP05 to where we're at and going into OP17 here in a couple of weeks, I don't see it, man. So that's kind of my opinion on it. Let me know what you guys think about the state of the game by commenting down below. I want to hear your guys' opinions. Every opinion is not wrong or fully right. So I want us to let the comment section be a place where we can converse, to discuss, to share viewpoints, what your experiences are like, because I want conversation on this. This is a state of the game address, and I want us as a community, not just for the Cult of Cozy, but TCGs in general, the One Piece card game fans in general. I want us to be like conversational. I want us to be united on letting our opinions be free, because this is a safe space, and I want to see what everybody thinks. And I'm so excited to hear about how all of this is going to go. But that's going to be my state of the game address in lieu of a sim meta video today. So if you enjoy this type of content and you want to shake it up a little bit, let me know also by liking this video, subscribing to the channel, and ringing that notification bell so you don't miss the next upload. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace and love, Nakama.
Thanks for riding with the vibe. Cozy games every time.